this is the last problem that's going to have a video to help you. If after this one you get stuck on the word problems, come back into the classroom and I'll help. All right, I changed some of the numbers. A student earned a grade of 60% on a math test that had 40 problems. Ooh, 60%, not so good. We're asked to figure out how many problems on the test the student answered correctly, right? So there's a bunch of different ways to solve this. My favorite way is to write 60% as a fraction. And then I'm going to write an equivalent fraction, right? 100%. 100% of the test is the whole test, and the whole test had 40 problems. So we could write 40 here. And then I would have to figure out how to get from 100 to 40. So in my calculator, I would do 100 divided by 40, and I would get that decimal, 2.5. So then I would write that on the top. Divide by 2 5/10, divide by 2 5/10. And then, looking at the top, 60 divided by 2 5/10 gets us to 24. The student answered 24 questions correctly. Sounds like a lot, but there were 40 questions, so it's really not that much. A little over half. All right, so that's one way to solve it. Another way to solve it, all right, is to say if we're looking for a percent of a number, you might remember from this year, hopefully you remember from this year, that of, groups of, means times. So the percent was 60%. In this example, it's different on yours. 60% times, now the of a number is the total. It has to be the total number. So this one had 40 problems. Okay, so then you could change 60% into a decimal, which would be 0.60 times 40. So let's do that in the MCA calculator. 0.60 times 40. Hey, look at that. The answer is 24. Now I'm going to show you something really, really cool that I haven't shown you yet. I'm going to move this over to the side so I don't get rid of it. You can also put this into your calculator. So 60 and then the percent sign. I saw it the other day. 60%. It's above the 8. Second parenthesis. 60% times 40. That's also 24. Right? So where was that? It was above the 8. So you need to press second and then the left parenthesis. Doesn't matter which way you do it, right? I like all the ways. The easiest way for me is probably this bottom one because I know what 60% looks like as a decimal.